All right, let's just jump right in. If you have ever, and I mean ever, tried to start a new routine, hitting the gym, meditating, reading a book every single day, you've probably asked yourself that one huge, kind of frustrating question. How long is this actually going to take?
We've all heard the numbers, right? Someone tells you it takes 21 days. Then you read an article that says, no, it's actually 66 days. So we circle a date on our calendar and just kind of hope for the best.
But what if that's the wrong question? What if focusing on a number of days is completely missing the point? Seriously, what if we've been asking the wrong question this whole time? Let's try to reframe this whole problem.
To do that, I want to introduce you to a new idea, the habit line. Now, I want you to think about building a habit not as some kind of waiting game, but think of it as a journey with a very clear starting point and a final destination.
Okay, so this journey has 3 main stops. First, you're at point A. This is the beginning. Everything feels awkward, it's clunky, it takes a ton of willpower and focus just to get it done. Then you keep going, and you get to point B. Now here, things are getting easier, but you still have to consciously decide to do it. And then finally, you get to point C. This is the goal. This is where the behavior is totally automatic. You just do it without thinking.
And that moment you cross over from point B to point C, that's it. That is the habit line. It's the threshold where the new behavior is officially more automatic than it is conscious. You've done it. The new habit is officially formed.
So if the goal is to cross that habit line, what's the engine that actually gets us there? I'll give you a hint. It has absolutely nothing to do with how much time has passed. Nope, it's about something way, way more powerful.
Okay, now check this out, because this is where it gets really interesting. This chart basically tells the whole story. It's based on research where they track people trying to build a habit of walking for 10 minutes. And the result is so clear. The more repetitions they did, the more automatic the behavior became. See, it's not about how many days went by. It's about how many times they actually went for that walk.
And this right here, this is the big aha moment. This is the huge shift in thinking we all need to make. We have got to stop asking, how long will it take, and start asking, how many repetitions will it take? That is the question that's actually going to get you results.
So here's the bottom line. There's nothing magical about time. Time passing doesn't build habits. What really matters is the rate at which you perform the behavior. It is the frequency that makes all the difference.
Let me put it this way for you. In 30 days, you could do something twice, or you could do it 200 times. The calendar says the exact same amount of time has gone by, but the result for your brain? Totally different worlds. It has never, ever been about the calendar. It's always been about the count.
And hey, if you need proof, just look at the habits you already have. The things you do without even thinking, like brushing your teeth or tying your shoes. Those habits weren't formed in 21 days. They were built over hundreds, maybe even thousands of repetitions. And your new habits, they need that exact same treatment.
Okay, so we get the why. It's all about frequency, all about the reps. So now let's talk about the how. How do we actually put this idea into practice today?
First off, let's just take some of the pressure off. In the real world, it doesn't really matter when you hit that perfect 100% automatic moment. What actually matters is that you're taking the actions you need to take. The goal isn't perfection. The goal is just to make progress along that habit line.
So how do we make that progress? Well, it's simple. To build a habit, you've got to practice it. And practice is just a fancy word for getting in your repetitions. So what is the single most effective way to get more reps? You make the behavior incredibly, ridiculously easy to do. That's the secret sauce.
So here it is, the key takeaway from all of this. I want you to stop staring at the calendar. Stop counting the days. Instead, turn all of your focus to the reps. Forget the calendar, focus on the count.
And that brings us to the last and honestly, the most important question, the one I really want to leave you with. Instead of thinking about some 30-day challenge, I want you to ask yourself this. What is the one tiny, super easy repetition you can get in today to start moving yourself down that habit line?